Before we review any of the PESTLE analysis, let's first hear a few words about Nike. In 2023, Nike still stands as the world's largest supplier for athletic and sport products including shoes, clothing, and accessories. It was founded in January 1964 in the US and is now distributing its products and services worldwide over many brands such as Jordans, Air Maxes, and many more. The name of the company originates from a goddess of victory, Nike, from ancient Greece mythology. Starting our PESTLE analysis, we feature political factors. In the past, Nike has been accused few times of terminating a wage legislation law, meaning that they were not paying their employees the minimum wage. In addition, employees were working over hours for which they have also not received payment. This has happened in countries like Vietnam, China, or Haiti, where workers earn a total close to $3 for 60 hours of work per week. When this information arrived in social media, Nike changed their company policies to further maintain this cheap labor exploit by allowing their employees basic human rights. Because the company was caught right in the act of abusing poor, low-class workers, it caused them bad reputation and several contact loss with other organizations in the industry. Another example of Nike exploiting the political aspects is the way they avoid accurate taxation for their company. They settle two companies in two different countries where the first one has a high demand for the product and the second one a low tax rate. The first country sells all the products, pays the bills, and makes tons of money. However, the company in the second country owns the trademark, therefore is entitled to all the products made by the first country, which is not responsible to pay the debt. This way, the second company now has millions of money that the government cannot tax from them. It is unethical that Nike does not pay the taxes properly for their overall revenue, however, they are not breaking the law. Speaking about money, we move forward to the economical factors and Nike's economic growth rate. In the second quarter of 2022, Nike's revenue growth rate increased by 17.24% year over year, above both the clothing, footwear, and accessories industries by 15.36% growth and the consumer discretionary sectors by 13.71% growth. Year after year, Nike has proven to expand both physically in terms of stores and active employees, but also virtually, using social medias to promote their brand. They have made a bold statement to again come out victorious at the end of 2023 with a large total revenue. This ambition can be backed up with available statistics that represent their annual sales growth of 6.34% over the past 5 years. Global revenue amounted to almost $47 billion in 2022, and second quarter sales increased by 4.95% in 2023. The cost of raw materials and shipping for Nike has been rising steadily over the last 2 years and therefore putting companies' growth profit under pressure. If we take into the consideration just UK, Nike has had to spend more money to transport around their products due to Brexit. Nike's reuse a shoe recycling program in the UK has been also put on hold because of the high expenses associated with Brexit for the recycling sector. But to the overall result, the number of Nike's products price will rise globally in response to the rising cost of transportation, cotton and oil around the globe.
Hi, my name is Ahmed and I'm going to talk about the social factors that affect Nike. Nike has based its brand image on social and cultural ideals that are important to people everywhere, such as fitness, health, and athleticism. Nike places a strong focus on maintaining a healthy lifestyle in both their advertising efforts and the way they create their products. Nike has attracted a wide spectrum of customers, from casual fitness enthusiasts to elite athletes, by leveraging their name in the health and fitness industry. Another social factor that affects Nike is cultural differences. Nike operates in a variety of countries with diverse cultures, which may have an effect on how its products are perceived and marketed. For instance, the idea of athleisure clothing may not be as prevalent or accepted in some cultures as it is in others. Nike must therefore take cultural differences into account while developing its products and marketing plans. Nike has previously been criticized for using sweatshops and having poor working conditions in their supply chain. Given that consumers are becoming more and more concerned with ethical production methods, this is a significant social issue for the corporation. Nike established its code of conduct as one of the actions it has done to enhance working conditions in its supply chains.
Hi, my name is Sidrah and I'll be talking about the technological and legal aspects of this Nike PESTLE analysis. Starting off with technological, Nike has made use of AI, machine learning technology and robots to help them with marketing and the workload of e-commerce. They also have plans to begin serving customers in different parts of the world that wouldn't be possible without technological advancements. Nike also makes good use of apps to collect data from consumers, which helps them with innovation in terms of what items to bring out next. It also personalizes the user's experience with the brand, as they will only see what is relevant to them depending on the information they have inputted. Within these apps, Nike offers their customers rewards and loyalty perks, which builds a strong relationship with their market, encouraging customers to buy directly from Nike as opposed to third parties. Nike uses technology to keep up to date on what is trending within their target market at the current time. This explains why they are branching out into metaverses such as Nikeland on Roblox, a popular platform used amongst young people to socialize and play games. This metaverse is very popular among users, as it's been reported that 7 million people have spent time in it since its November 2021 launch date. Another example is the release of the NFT sneakers that users purchase for their avatars in the aforementioned metaverses. It is said that Nike have made $3.1 million from 600 pairs. This is a clear example of Nike using technology to their advantage and investing in things that their target market are interested in, which benefits them greatly. Moving on to the legal part of this analysis, Nike has had some issues with their Nike Plus running app for violating Dutch data protection laws. This is because they didn't provide sufficient information on how users' data was being used or processed, and because of this, they hadn't actually acquired consent from the users of the app. Since then, Nike have delivered newer versions of this app where consent is obtained and the user's personal information that they input isn't extremely specific to them, which abides by the Dutch Data Protection Act. Nike have also had a big scandal regarding sweatshops in the late 1990s and early 2000s, where it came out in a report that they were violating human rights as they had workers in an unsafe environment being paid an extremely low wage. Since then, many organizations were created to prevent this from happening again, and it was detrimental to Nike's reputation. They faced a big financial loss and had to improve working conditions effective immediately. Due to this, Nike has now improved significantly by taking social responsibility and forbidding underage employment and forced work, as well as eradicating excessive overtime work from their workers and paying them a fair wage. Nike has also trademarked their signature phrase, "Just Do It," and signature logos such as Jumpman, which is printed on all of their footwear. Leading off from this, patents have helped Nike in the Adidas versus Nike rivalry. An example of this includes when both Nike and Adidas were launching knitted shoes in 2012. Nike were actually able to release the shoes first because the technology had been patented first. In turn, Adidas had to wait a while to release their version. This gives the brand more leverage and clearly shows the competitive advantage it can bring to the corporation. Thank you.
I will now talk about the environmental factors that affect Nike. One of the biggest factors is sustainability. Consumers are considering sustainability more and more when making selections about what products to buy, and this trend is likely to continue. As a result, companies like Nike are coming under growing pressure to embrace sustainable practices in order to lessen their impact on the environment and satisfy customer expectations. In 2019, Nike announced their Move to Zero campaign. According to Nike, Move to Zero is Nike's journey towards zero carbon and zero waste to help protect the future of sport. Another way Nike affects the environment is that their production process uses a lot of water, which can contribute to water scarcity in some areas where the company operates. Water is already scarce in some places where Nike sources their material, and Nike heavy water usage can make the problem even worse.